Man. The Los Angeles Lakers have found a way to do it again, everybody. Welcome in. This is the Ish NBA post-game show. We've analyzed every single Laker game in this playoffs. Going down the stretch. Man, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe how much this team gets in their way. The Los Angeles Lakers, the kings of doing it to themselves in the last couple years of the playoffs. New star, same shit. Have control of the game for roughly, 3 quarters? Fourth quarter execution was absolutely horrendous. You hit some shots, wide open, but then you missed 2 wide open shots, and we all know who did it. It was Austin Reeves, who made up for his shitty on-ball performance by hitting 4 threes in the second half. All off these passes. It looked like how it looked in the beginning of the Luka Austin LeBron tenure, when Austin was just a spot-up shooter hitting everything wide open, and then when asked to, he was clutch. But in the playoffs, it has been the opposite. Austin Reeves misses the game-tying shot at the buzzer, mainly because that shot comes to him with a couple seconds left, and LeBron, the guy who was making every right decision with the ball as being the secondary playmaker, ultimately barely touches it in the clutch. The Lakers couldn't get enough 2-point shots up at all. It was so many fucking 3-point attempts. It was ridiculous. The Lakers were playing like a team that they aren't actually. This is not them. This is really not them. With this much talent, you should have won game 3. And you had such a good chance to win game 4 today. But ultimately, you're Cancun bound due to yourselves, due to Anthony Edwards being a fucking amazing basketball player. The face of the NBA. He just made these Lakers weak defenders look absolutely terrible. He made them look extremely shitty. Oh, Luka Doncic on me? I know he's going to sag. Easy sidestep 3. And if he doesn't sag, he's going to foul me. Then both of those things happened. Both of those things happened, chat. Both of those things happened. Luka Doncic looked special last year against Minnesota. Eat some food he probably shouldn't have. Maybe should have just brought some home-cooked meals from LA. Food poisoning loses you game 3 because you're 6 of 18 and you're just making horrible decisions. And then you look good in this game. Luka and LeBron were your only offense in the first half. You got nothing from Austin and Rui in the first half until the end for Rui. And then you put in the prerequisite effort to maybe win, but then you play the guys 24 straight minutes. The starters, being Dorian Finney-Smith over Jackson Hayes. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous gameplay by the Lakers. They had shots, didn't make them all. Then they made some. Dorian makes a 3 on the right wing. Oh my gosh, Lakers up 2. But then you can't guard anybody. No one on the perimeter can guard anybody on this Lakers team. They're missing such a good athlete on the wing. Like, Derrick Jones Jr. was my number 1 target for the Lakers this past offseason when they had AD. Now with Luka, you need a Derrick Jones Jr. so bad. You need a Mark Williams type center so bad. If you're rescinding that trade, why not rescind it the same day of the deadline, or just find someone else that doesn't have history and just execute? You have to execute that deal. If you don't have belief in this season, they might have just shown us by rescinding the deal. Because Dalton Connect, I love Dalton Connect so much. Dalton Connect can provide value on this Lakers team. The Lakers didn't have enough respect in the corners for the first 3 games because they knew that the center wasn't going to do shit. But then when you started playing 5 out, you could have used a shooter, right? And that's something they should have adjusted to 2 games ago. So you obviously can't put him in this game. You can't put him in this game where everyone's just getting exposed. The funny thing is, though, Reeves didn't even get attacked. It was Luka getting attacked every single possession. Every single time he's either sagging or getting blown by. Jaden McDaniels, I swear to God, the Lakers foul Jaden McDaniels on every single layup in the softest way possible. Austin Reeves with the dumbest mistake of the season by him. Like, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Why is everyone getting fouled? Like, why is Jaden McDaniels so routinely getting fouled on these layups? And it's the easiest layups he can ever make in his life. Absolutely ridiculous. It does feel familiar, Dash, but I don't know if 3-1 is in us. Rudy Gobert is the best defender in history. The Lakers found a way to still play him off the court in moments, but once the Wolves realized the Lakers got all their energy off rebounding and Dorian Finney-Smith tap outs, they're like, all right, we're going to go box out with Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle, and we're going to all follow our shots. We're going to give more effort than this team. We're going to show our athleticism and strength way more than this Lakers team. This Lakers team is very disappointing. Very, very disappointing with how much talent you have. And I know they will be better after the offseason. I know that. I think we all know that. But this roster construction was not going to do shit against this Minnesota Timberwolves team. Terrible matchup for the Lakers. Minnesota is better. Anthony Edwards outperforms Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves. And a lot of people were saying, if you ultimately have Anthony Edwards be the best player in the series, you'll lose it. But if Julius Randle isn't better than Reeves this series, you also lose it. And he was better than Reeves in every state of the imagination. Jaden McDaniels was also better than Reeves. The Lakers were better in the margins. Naz Reid was better. Naz Reid didn't miss a shot tonight. Like, Naz Reid really didn't miss a shot. Oh, yeah, Perry, 100%. And has an injury scare every game and still comes back immediately. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. He looked like he tore his ACL. People were calling Braun dirty on Twitter. Comes back and just dominates. I'm glad he wasn't done though, because if we had a chance to win, I'd rather beat a full strength team. So I'm glad we got to get the full wrath of Anthony Edwards. Because he is the face of the NBA. For sure. Yeah, JJ did gas them out, Merman. 100%. 100%. Guys, I don't know if my video is frozen, but I'm here on TikTok. Oh, I have to. The opponent outperformed us. The opponent was better than us. Luka best shot was with Dallas, and Kyrie, he still couldn't win. I mean, Luka's just entering his prime. Like, he has a lot of room to grow. He can do better. He can do better. He can figure it out with this franchise because they need to trade for a big and a wing, sign a wing or a big, and then get the other one via trade. You have Kleba's $11 million contract. You have Rui Hachimura's $18 million contract if you're going star hunting. Gabe Vincent, 11 mil. I wouldn't like to trade Rui or Gabe, but if you need to up your ceiling, you just do it. That's what the Boston Celtics did. They were willing to move off of Marcus Smart. If you're willing to move off of an emotional guy with your franchise, you have to be okay with moving off of everyone except for Luka. You even have to be okay with that because that's apparently he's available to get traded these days. The Lakers have such a good roster at the guard position, but the issue is a lot of these guys are one-way players. A lot of these guys can't guard on the perimeter. That's why Dalton Knecht doesn't play in this playoff series because he also can't guard. Luka can't guard. Austin is a better defender than both of those guys, but at the end of the day, he's an averagely built white guy against superior athletes. He needs to get in the gym all offseason. I don't think you need to trade him. Obviously, I think he sold this game, fouling Jaden McDaniels, missing those two wide open threes in the clutch. Well, the one to tie it at the buzzer, but also one earlier to make it 107? No, 104.97. It was 101.97. He misses a wide open three, and then Anthony Edwards scores. 2-point game, 5-point swing. LeBron James misses two layups tonight. Luka Doncic misses two layups tonight right at the rim. I'm thinking of LeBron last game. He did miss one today, though, too. Luka misses wide open layup, not wide open, but open layups. And it leads to a three both times. Those are two 5-point swings once again. The Lakers just can't get out of their own way. They make too many mistakes. They make way too many mistakes if they want to be a successful team. Their habits at the top are depressing. The habits of their best players are the reason you see the rest of the team barely getting any looks, barely getting any opportunities because they play such casual basketball. Luka Doncic is so casual with the ball, very careless with the basketball. That's something that he needs to learn immediately is how to just up his ball security and get the ball, get a paint touch. You saw any sort of success that comes from a drive and kick with Minnesota, 2 feet in the paint, drive and kick, it's a bucket every single time. Anthony Edwards knows Rui's going to jump. He has him on an island in the middle of the court. He has him up, goes to his right foot, beautiful mid-range. Rui Hachimura jumping for joy once again. The Lakers players are too undisciplined. Way too undisciplined. Jackson Hayes can't even get minutes. He can't even play the second half. He can't even play the second half because he's so much of a liability out there. Jared Vanderbilt didn't even play today. That's how much of a one-way player he is on the other side of the ball defensively. In Game 5, I would be shocked if the Lakers go away from just playing 5 guys the whole game because JJ obviously thinks that's the solution. And then, of course, your 26-year-old who's in his prime is tired because he's not in elite physical shape. The 40-year-old is also tired because he's 40. But he's playing defense, and he's still making mistakes. It's like, why is every player making mistakes on this damn team in the clutch? Did Minnesota make very many mistakes today? No. We can check the stats and the turnover numbers right now. Ultimately, if you play high mistake basketball, your ability to, your margin of error better be crazy because your team has to be really good if you're going to do that. 4 turnovers from Luka, 3 from LeBron, expected in that many minutes. Jordan Goodwin had he played 7 minutes. Vando played 6 minutes. His minutes weren't felt. He didn't play in the second half. Gabe was scheduled to come in the second half, and they stopped him, and they was like, no, we're going to run with this 5-man unit. Dorian with 40 minutes. He hits a clutch 3, and tapped out a lot of boards, had 6 assists. He was good. LeBron, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He has averaged like 4 or 5 stocks this entire series. LeBron has been your best defender, and if you're Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and Rui Hachimura, you gotta look at yourselves in the mirror. Why are you guys making so many mistakes? Why are you guys jumping on every possession? Why are you guys fouling very softly? You're letting these guys find success because you're not playing team basketball. The Lakers, when they played team basketball today, looked like an unstoppable team. 5 out was looking fantastic when the ball was moving and the bounce pass to corner kick out. That was like sexy basketball. But then the second that happened, Luka is so like, oh my God, I didn't get the ball the last 2 possessions. Pound, dribble the entire half, entire possession. It's a James Harden young syndrome that I'm seeing with him. Yeah, Luka was tripping or falling the entire game. It was ridiculous. His teammates aren't moving because they have to come close to him on the ball. Because otherwise he's going to throw some crazy pass to Rui. That's a turnover for DiVincenzo and one at the other side. These Lakers, when they turn the ball over, just book it that they're going to foul a layup, a guy on a layup, and not stop him from actually taking the layup. Softest fouls ever on these fast breaks. Such bad habits by these Lakers. No rebounding because they don't have a center. No rebounding. Your highest is 8 again, I think. Besides LeBron with 12 because he had to give you superhuman performance defensively. And then he throws the ball away on that inbound when the Lakers are down 1. And then he strips Anthony Edwards seemingly in a live play, but then they have the drone angle. That finds that LeBron smacked Anthony Edwards before getting the strip. I don't know where the hell that angle came from. Yeah, I agree. That's a funny name. I can't say it, but I completely agree. Also, LeBron is not a free throw merchant. This was his best free throw game, though. 15 of 18, 84% from the line, or 83. Luka was 7 of 7. Austin Reeves doesn't play aggressive enough because he can't get by these guys because they are athletically just better than him So he's 0 of 0, no free throws, just a lot of catch and shoot for him. I was really frustrated when he took a one dribble pull up after hitting 4 catch and shot threes in a row. He's like, yeah, why are you taking a dribble pull up in that stage, like at that stage in the game? Just shoot the ball off the catch. Evan, the Lakers rescinded the Mark Williams Dalton Connect 2031 2030 swap and Cam Reddish trade because apparently Mark Williams had a damaging physical. Yeah, we got out rebounded. Luka ISO'd way too much. Way too much. Yeah, Luka needs to look at himself in the mirror. Luka should not be bringing up the ball. The issue is he can bring up the ball. Reeves can bring up the ball. LeBron can bring up the ball. But these guys, when they see pressure from Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards, some will crumble, some will not. So how do you beat them? You beat them with the pass. If you don't beat them with the pass and try and ISO them, you're asking to lose the game. And of course, they devolved to 24 basketball after looking like a well-oiled machine in stages. Depressing style of basketball by the Lakers. Very depressing. Oh, we can get to JJ. We can get to JJ. I don't think playing the guys 24 straight minutes was smart. I don't think playing no big, or I don't think not converting fucking Trey Jemison is a smart decision by Rob Pelinka and him. Like I don't think your defensive strategy was up to date every single possession. I think it's like, hey guys, we're coming in with this strategy, make sure you execute it. It's the in-game adjustments have to be better from JJ. And as a rookie coach, I see that it will get better. I know it will get better in his career as a coach with Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith, Austin Reeves as his new like guys that he fucks with. But once the Lakers upgrade this roster, there's going to be no excuses next year. There are no excuses. The Lakers have their one excuse setting, like built in this year, roster incomplete. But center or not, you cannot do this ISO LA Fitness 24-hour fitness style of basketball. You cannot execute that way in the NBA and expect to go beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have built an athletically superior team to most teams in the West. One of the worst matchups for the Lakers is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Only the Warriors can play good small ball. They play the best small ball because your small ball is around the best shooter of all time. You have GP2 who knows when to cut, how to finish at the rim, and he won't miss that layup. And if he does, he's getting the offensive rebound. And if someone else is missing, Podziemski and or Peyton are crashing the offensive glass. Draymond Green is a 6'7" guy that can guard bigs. The Lakers 6'7" guy is the only one that can guard bigs is LeBron. You're asking Rui, a softer big, to try and guard centers. Dorian Finney-Smith is good, but he clearly looks a slow stepper. Slow stepper. He looks like he's a slow step. Oh, I can't fucking say a step slower. That's how mad I am. I can barely speak English at this point. He looks like he's a step slower than other people who are athletically superior. We're running desperate defense because the personnel is not ideal. Whoever said it was a bad matchup for the Wolves, like Colin Cowherd and people like that, it's like they wanted to see the Lakers burn. Like, yeah, there's no rim protection. It's the easiest layups. I don't think Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid and Anthony Edwards have seen these easy of a layup attempts since maybe high school in AAU. Like, these layups probably feel so easy for a guy like Jaden McDaniels, who has like a 7.5-foot wingspan. Like I'm not even getting touched here. He's getting touched like here, and the layup is already in by Austin Reeves. Yeah, 100%, Jacob. Even when the McDaniels or Randall miss, they just get their own rebounds. Absolutely, and it's a bucket every time. I'm not the main guy saying Lakers in 5, guys. I'm not Shannon. I am not Shannon. It's actually DFS, regardless, the team is not deep. This team isn't deep, but you also could have given more of an opportunity to Gabe Vincent, who played good defense the whole time, and Jared Vanderbilt a little bit in the third quarter just so he can guard the ball, give the other guys a rest. Luka Doncic in 46 minutes in his shape, 13 to 28, very good scoring output, but he only had 2 assists and he only had 1 rebound. What are the other facets of the game that Gabe Vincent is 4'11"? That's hilarious. What are the other facets of the game that you are contributing to? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And he needs to, and I think they are going to sit this guy down in the offseason and make him watch this film all summer when he's in America, because he's going to fly to Slovenia ASAP once this season is done. You got to sign this guy to his extension, put a weight clause in it, and put a like watching film clause on why you shouldn't just dribble for the entire possession and why you should trust your teammates. Like, Luka Doncic is one of the most impressive passers I have ever seen don a Laker uniform. I did not watch Magic, obviously, I was not alive then, but he is the greatest passer of all time. LeBron is second. Luka might fucking be third. And he's not utilizing his greatest skill. I would argue his passing is better than even his scoring. And his scoring is amazing. He's hitting hard shots. His fadeaways are beautiful. His three-point shots, beautiful. But I need him to make those driving kicks. I need him to find a big no matter what the matchup is. You're the leader. You're the leader. Luka Doncic is the leader of this basketball team, and he needs to show what leadership looks like next year. Yeah, Joker is probably better than him as a passer, but he is up there. He is up there. That's fair. Rui doesn't fit. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. He doesn't fit in some ways, and he does fit in other ways. It's very weird. Like, Rui Hachimura is a very weird basketball player to analyze because he can shoot, he can provide size, he can rebound sometimes, but other times he's jumping for joy, getting beat on defense, looking like the most clueless guy out there. I agree, Jacob. Vando, I wish Vando was the Vando from 2023. I completely agree. That would have been a much superior Vando. What he did with on Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, it seems that was the peak of him. And I was talking to my brother, that $11 million is looking pretty tradable now. And that's sad because you need a player like him. But he is not athletic enough for his play style. He's not athletic like Caruso is. He gets played off the floor because his offense is that bad. And his decision-making was a lot better in 2023. I don't know what this decision-making was this series. I don't get it. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, he lost that dog, and I love him. But he just didn't have a good season altogether. I don't think no, Caruso's a much better athlete, guys. Much better athlete. Vando's just 6'9" and long, and he's very speedy, but vertical athleticism, not there. It's not there. You need his vertical athleticism to be better. Yeah, they also blew what was it? 2 to 3 10-point leads? It's very reminiscent of last year. Yeah, we do need a bench Gavin Murphy. I completely agree. We 100% need a bench. I think a lot of these championship / Western Conference Finals teams, Eastern Conference Finals teams have some elite athletes on the perimeter, on the wing. And the Lakers don't have a single elite athlete on the wing besides LeBron James, but he's playing on the wing. He's playing inside. You're asking him to do so much. I got Naz Reid PTSD as a Laker fan. Absolutely. Me too. Every time he was open, he made it because, he didn't miss a shot. And if he got to the rim, bucket. Naz Reid was unstoppable. Anthony Edwards was unstoppable. Jaden McDaniels was supposedly unstoppable when LeBron wasn't on him. When LeBron was on either Randall or McDaniels, they were stopped. Anyone else could not guard him. Yeah, Jason Williams, I agree. The second unit, you need a 6 man of the year candidate. Those conference finals guys, they have 6 man of the year candidates. Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Peyton Pritchard. The Warriors have a deep bench, right? The Cavs have a decent, pretty good bench. I like their bench. Ty Jerome is one of the best 6 men in the league right now. The Lakers don't. Their 6 men are different. They fit in the starting lineup better. They fit with Luka and Austin and LeBron's play style better than their starters. Rui Hachimura ideally would be a 6th man, but he's big and they need him to play rebound. Doesn't rebound very well. Doesn't defend for shit. But he was a lot better today than he was in game 3. That's for sure. 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. That's huge. That's the only reason you're in it. The only reason you're in it is because you get the 5 threes from Rui, 5 from Austin, 5 from Luka, 2 from Dorian, 2 from LeBron. Those guys played a majority of the game. But in Gabe Vincent's 13 minutes, you can't go 0 for 2. Every Lakers game this year, when they beat a contender, Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith hit multiple threes each. And they did not execute that today or at all in this series. They were guarded well. And if a guy that gets played off the line that can't dribble like Gabe Vincent or Dorian Finney-Smith, that's difficult. It's a turnover. Gabe Vincent had one of the most frustrating dribble right into a guy, situations. And it's like, damn, just shoot the damn ball. Like, we pay you to shoot. And I think Gabe Vincent in those 12 minutes should shoot 6 threes. Because you need a guy like that. You need a gunner off the bench. And Gabe Vincent can be your gunner, but he's not given the opportunity to do so. Luka's dribbling the air out of the ball. When LeBron has it, he makes the right play, but it's normally to the inside. And then Austin just can't dribble against McDaniels or Edwards. That's what it comes down to. Austin Reeves needed to be himself from the last few months. And he wasn't this series. And he really wasn't. I got the dogs barking because they're so mad. They're Lakers fans too. It's very frustrating. I'm seeing a lot of Shannon in jail things. That's crazy. He's not going to jail, bro. Luka tried Lakers in 5. And now they lied. Wolves in 5. Yeah, it does hurt, Jacob. Ant-Man versus Can't-Man. Y'all are funny in the TikTok chat. Every time. You guys are hilarious. But man, Minnesota Golden State's going to be funny. Oh, Gavin, I had to go through the delusional phase when I was first a Lakers fan because we had Kobe Bryant. I was shocked. I was like, why do we just get Kobe and Shaq and Powell? Like, how do we always get these people? Restricted in... I'm appealing this. What the hell? I trust Luka, but he needs to go to training camp for the whole summer and work on decision making. They need to put some robots in front of him, make them like 7'11" wingspan like Jaden McDaniels. You're gonna see Minnesota next year. Bet on that. The Lakers will see Minnesota next year. They need to be better. They need to have a better roster. But the biggest issue with this Lakers team is their best players make bad decisions in the clutch. And that has happened with AD and without AD. But with Luka, you're seeing some really subpar decision making out of him when he is much smarter than that. And you're not going to win shit like that. Luka on Ozempic, that's funny. The thing is, LeBron is so positive, but he's part of that. He's part of that decision making. It's the culture that the Lakers have created over the last couple of years that when it gets down to the thick of things, you don't know what type of team you're going to see at the end, especially in playoff basketball. You're the 3 seed for crying out loud. You are the 3 seed. You have to be better. Absolutely have to be better, chat. Gotta be better. Anthony Edwards, 43, 9, and 6. He cooked the hell out of the Lakers. Yeah, Luka was gassed. They didn't play any of the depth. That's a JJ decision, and that's not a good decision. You have to play your bench players in the second half. Terrence Shannon in 3 minutes got 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds. That's such positive value from their first round pick this year in Terrence Shannon Jr. You could have played your first round pick this year, right? If they're playing theirs, obviously. But Terrence Shannon defends. He rebounds. He's athletic. The Lakers stray away from athletes when it comes to roster construction. And they have for the last few years. The last most athletic guy they had was Russell Westbrook, and they paid him $47 million. Yeah, that was a bad decision to take that deep three on the left wing when we were up 113, 111. Yeah, an easy and one on the other side. The Lakers foul on every layup. Yeah, that's true. That is actually a good point, Grady. That is a good point. LeBron didn't even give the Cavs culture after a finals win. That's because of the constant movement, honestly. So it's understandable. But the way this team is built is so individualistic. They're not a team. But when they played like a team, it was like, damn, you might be the best. But then they devolve so quickly into bullshit basketball. Yeah, Tyler, I do remember that. Although Braun put up a much better fight than KD did. And shout out Julius Randle, really playing aggressive defense. I think Minnesota fouling this many times, 19 times, actually helped them because it makes the Lakers complain like hell, focus on like the foul calls and the things that aren't actual, like making a shot versus missing a shot like the Lakers, but will focus on anything but making a shot, missing a shot sometimes. And that is the most frustrating thing about this roster. Not enough dog, not enough stick to itness, not enough move to the next possession, not enough we need to dominate the team in front of us. That mindset isn't there. It's too much preventative basketball. And maybe that's what happens when you face a more athletic or a athletically superior roster. And Chris Finch outcoached JJ Redick, and he outcoached Jason Kidd last year. Not Jason Kidd. He outcoached was it Bud or was it Vogel? I'm so lost with who the Suns have these days. I think it was Vogel. He is a great coach. And he knew that they needed to be tougher than the Lakers to win this series, and they have been tougher through 4. Lakers should have won game 3, but they couldn't get out of their own way. And now they're staring a 5-game sweep, a gentleman's sweep in the weirdest way, down the face in Los Angeles. If you're going to go out, at least go out swinging. Go win game 5 at least. Oh, Gavin, me too. I think OKC is guaranteed to go to the finals. I think it's OKC Boston for sure. And OKC might have a better chance than Boston if Cleveland gives Boston a 7-game series. I would love to see a Cleveland-Boston 7-game series and a Minnesota-OKC 7-game series. I want to see all the teams that beat us go through this kind of hell. I want to see OKC try and deal with this, but they can because their roster is very good. They have athletes and skilled players across the entire board. Sam Presti has built out one of the most impressive rosters and futures I think we could ever possibly talk about in NBA history. The list of their picks that they still have, these guys have 3 all-star caliber players, one of the best role-playing centers in the world, one of the best role-playing guys in Caruso, one of the best role players in Dort, one of the best role players in Aaron Wiggins and Kaysen Wallace and Isaiah Joe, and Jalen Williams, the second one. And they could end up with a guy like Darren Peterson in a couple years in the 26th draft. They've deferred a lot of their picks to 26 with their protections with Philly and some other teams. But if Philly falls out of 6, they get the 7th pick. How is that remotely fair? Because Sam Presti traded people like Adams for 2 firsts, traded KD for multiple. KD just left, but then he traded Russ for multiple. He traded Ibaka, Harden. He made sure he was going to get so many firsts and hit on those firsts because OKC, they don't miss on draft picks. They don't miss. And now they have a fucking amazing team. The Lakers could only hope to have that much depth, like even half of that depth. Could the Lakers use Jalen Williams? And I'm not talking about the wing, the big, who he just seems to average a triple-double when everyone else rests. Ant is the truth. Ant is the face of this league now, guys. Hunter Renfro signing with the Panthers. That's funny. The Panthers actually just drafted Teteroa McMillan, and they have a couple guys, so they're going hard for Bryce. I like it. Williams is nice and stretches the floor. Yep, I agree. Appreciate the follow, Gavin. Can you talk about LeBron losing the game for you guys under a minute of turnover and foul? Yeah, the pass, man. It was Bulls flashbacks. It was Bulls flashbacks for sure. He just threw it to him. Just threw it right to him. It's like he overthinks the pass. I think LeBron James is the king of overthinking the pass. Like, let me throw it to this angle because this guy's gonna think I'm gonna throw it right to him. So let me just create this crazy angle and I'm just gonna pass it to him like this. No, just throw it. Bounce pass, bro. Fake up, pass down. That's what they teach you in high school, man. Fake up, pass down. If they know you're gonna pass down, fake down, pass up. This is middle school understanding. I talked about this on Twitter today. The Lakers have played overall kiddish basketball in this series. Who should we go for this offseason, Evan? Nicholas Claxton is a solid target, but I don't know if I want to trade Rui and Gabe and assets for Claxton. I can't give Connectin that deal. I like Claxton, though. I would love a guy like Onyeka Okongwu on the Atlanta Hawks, Chino Hills boy. A guy like Jalen Duren, but he's not available, so someone like him. I have seen ideas of the Lakers trading into the first round to draft Kadeem Maluach from Duke. He's had some soft Jaren Jackson moments, but I don't think he's the same. He's 7'2". He can alter shots, rebound. He's very talented. He can dunk on people. He can get dunked on, though. He has been dunked on by Cooper Flagg, but he is a big body, and he would be a good fit if you wanted to, do a timeline thing, get a 19-year-old in the building. But you can't just get one guy, like you need a center and you need a wing. And center needs to be borderline all-star material, like Zubac's development project. Like, why the hell don't the Lakers have Ivica Zubac anymore? If Ivica Zubac was on this team, I think the Lakers are winning this series. But, Mike Muscala could shoot. Thanks, Magic. Thanks for saying you're scared about this series, but you traded away our starting center for 20 years. I think every Lakers fan knew that was a shit trade when it happened. I think every Lakers fan was like, why aren't we building around Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, Randall? Randall left, and then, and Zubac, because there was a game in Oklahoma City when they played against Paul George and Russell Westbrook where Lonzo goes for 18 and 10. Brandon Ingram looks really good off cuts but wasn't shooting well. Kyle Kuzma played his ass off. Ivica Zubac's coming out party was that game when he dominated Oklahoma City, and everyone started to be like, wow, this could be the starting center of the Lakers' future. And then Lonzo gets hurt. He's out for a month because he I forget who fucked up his ankle, but it was someone on Houston. And then I think it was like James Ennis, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Lakers say, you know what? We need a shooting center around LeBron because Lonzo's out. So now Rondo and LeBron need to be the ball handlers. We should get them more shooting. So obviously we should get rid of our best rebounder, best post player, and actually trade him for a shooting center that actually can't shoot. I digress. Redick not playing a single bench player in the second half was absurd. I totally agree, Caleb. I can't believe it. I can't believe that decision. The decision to just bench or to not go to your bench at all. He tried Isaiah Jackson. The Lakers drafted Isaiah Jackson, Jacob. They drafted him. But unfortunately, he tore his Achilles or ACL this year. But they drafted him. But it was in the Washington deal to Russell Westbrook. Some really detrimental deals in the past for Lakers where they trade the pick, Jaden McDaniels and Danny Green for Dennis Schroeder. Could you imagine the Lakers with Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell? And instead of D'Angelo, you do make the Dorian trade, and you're just like the most insanely long team in the league. And you still make the Luka trade, and then you have McDaniels with Luka, and you didn't trade Zoo, so then you have Zoo. Like, the Lakers are a result of their own decisions. They are a result of their own mistakes. You make your bed, you have to lay in it, and this is the situation they put themselves in. Hey, I appreciate that, Caleb. I appreciate that. I'm not Delulu, bro. I've watched this team my whole life. Since birth, I have seen what a Kobe Bryant team looks like. I've seen what a Kobe Powell team looks like. I've seen what a rebuilding team looks like. And I've seen a 2020 championship team that had habits of steel. These guys went to dinner all the time. Everyone was so committed to prove themselves. They played the best defense in the NBA the whole year. But this team was just too talented to be this soft. And they will know that through film study and analysis the whole summer. They have until September to stew in this. Until September to stew in this. I want to see all of these guys playing in summer leagues. I want to see all of these guys playing off-season ball. I need to see clips of Luka Doncic getting so fucking shredded that he comes out next year looking like a white Anthony Edwards. I need Austin Reeves to bulk 15 pounds so he can guard and so he can deal with contact and not get dogged. I need to see Rui Hachimura, if he doesn't get traded. I don't know if you can teach IQ, honestly. I don't think you can teach awareness. One of the biggest sayings in the world is, not my first time, Gavin. I've been live after every Lakers game, but apparently this live is not getting shared for some reason. I guess someone commented something detrimental. I got a notification about that, but it's all good. I'm happy you guys are here anyways. We're also live on YouTube. If you guys want to go like that up at _NBA. If you guys could go sub, that'd be sick. Trying to get up to 500 on there and then hopefully 1,000 and, you know, the way we'll keep going. But 300's cool too, bro. We're at like 260 something. So if you guys could sub to the YouTube, everyone join up right now. That'd be great. We are live on YouTube and TikTok. I don't know what TikTok is doing, not letting me share the live right now, but that's okay. As long as we get to talk Lakers hoops, we'll live. But the offseason is ridiculous. It's gonna be very important for the Lakers. They need to make big moves. You need a Jaden McDaniels type wing, and you need, frankly, like a younger Rudy Gobert type center. And trying to get both of those guys in the same offseason when you have 2 tradable firsts, maybe 3 tradable firsts, is tough. You gave up your 29 first, I believe, to Dallas. You gave up your 27 first, top 4 protected to Utah in the Russell Westbrook trade because you had to make up for your own mistake. Now you're going to lose. You've already lost D'Lo. You let Malik Beasley walk for nothing. You did get Dorian back for D'Lo, so you were happy with that. But then now, if you trade Vanderbilt, you better get good value back because you basically are trading a first away, and you need some value back. But Vando's on a neutral contract where people won't view him like that. So the Lakers have a lot to address. If they can find a way to get a young guy who looks like McDaniels in the draft and trade for that pick, and you have to trade Connect, you have to do it. You have to do it. And if you want to keep Connect, boy, are you going to commit to Luka, Austin, and Connect as your starting 1, 2, 3 for the rest of time? I don't think so. I think that's the worst defensive trio in the league you could ask for. Ridiculous, guys. This team is frustrating. This team is very frustrating. Boston is up 6 on Orlando. 2-7 matchup. They should gentlemen sweep them, and even though that's not how gentleman sweep works, but you know what I'm saying. They should beat them in 5. Lakers, man, tied in every game, close in every game. Couldn't put it together. They really could not put it together. Mike Conley 0-4, but had one of the biggest plays blocking LeBron tonight. Dante DiVincenzo 3 of 11, but he had a nice layup and, you know, offensive rebound. He had 5 steals. He made a difference. You guys have to make differences. Only guy off the bench that got a stock was was no one. It was just Dorian with 1 block and Gabe with 1 steal. Not enough value from your bench. Not enough playing time from your bench, frankly. We got Mocha in the building, guys. I feel sad to wear this right now. Put Luka on Ozempic. That's crazy. I don't have much to say. Like, I'm gonna be speechless for the rest of the day. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle this day anymore. We're gonna do an off-season preview though. Once this series eventually ends, we'll be live for Game 5 in LA. Damn. Damn. Damn, chat. Well, we will be live for that game. I don't know if they'll win. I agree, Jacob. Their personality is blowing playoff games. Maybe you do have to change something at the top of the roster. Maybe it's time for big movement, but we'll have to do a full offseason preview when it actually ends. And yeah, today's depressing. Could have won this game, could have won game 3. Anthony Edwards showed you who he was. He is the face of the NBA. And you lost. And it's mainly on you. 2 winnable games. And I know Minnesota's going to come to LA ready to just get rid of us. I know they are. That's the kind of guy Anthony Edwards is. He's a dog. The Lakers do not have dogs right now. The dogs that they play 6 minutes a game. Or Dorian with 40, and he can't do everything dog-like. More offensive rebounds. You need an offensive rebounder kind of a guy. God, if the Lakers could find a way to get Isaiah Hartenstein, why the hell OKC would ever trade him for Rui and Gabe? Don't ask me. They would never do that. Unless they can reroute those two and end up with another first-round pick. But you needed a guy like Hartenstein. No way Capella only takes 5.5 mil in the offseason. Or Steven Adams takes only 5.5. I think Steven Adams is going to re-up with the Thunder with the Rockets after they trade for KD. $10 million a year minimum. You can try and get Larry Nance. I would love Larry Nance on this team. I'm not mad at paying him the mid-level of 5 mil lob threat, but he's not much of a rim protector. But he is a two-way player. But he's also an injury-prone player. You need a dog. You need an asshole. You need a defender, lob threat. You need guys, but ultimately you need two-way guys because the pure defenders aren't playing in this series, and the pure offensive guys are getting exposed. So at this point, it's completely about upgrading your ceiling in order to become a championship level organization next year. Because these habits that we have witnessed in this series are a key indicator of not championship level, of losing in the first round. The only other team, I think there are 2 teams in the West that I think the Lakers beat right now, and it's Memphis and Houston, because they don't execute like the Minnesota Timberwolves do in the clutch. And Minnesota said, how are we the 6th seed? We should be the 3 seed. They felt disrespected coming into the series that no one picked them. The Lakers, as not an underdog, is not good for them. They play a lot better when the doubters are on them. When they're expected to win, it's completely different. It's completely different with this roster. There's something off about the leaders of this team. The leaders of this team are not showing us what they should be showing us. They're not showing us grit and determination every single possession. Maybe some, maybe 70% here, 80% there, 0% in this situation, i.e. Luka Doncic blow-bys. But it's not good enough, and it's not great enough. And in order to win in this NBA playoffs, you have to be great. Chat, it was a shorter one today, 48 minutes. We have a lot to talk about once this season ends. I think on Game 5, I'll be live longer. I think we'll probably watch the game together, if I'm not mistaken, because might as well enjoy the last minutes of Luka, Austin, and LeBron until September preseason, October preseason, into the regular season. If they come back 3-1, I will gladly say I was an idiot, but I don't foresee that happening at all. Everyone go follow up at @ish_NBA. I love you all. We'll be back for Game 5. I'm going to go be depressed for the rest of the day. Peace.